Well guys, I wish that I could say I was surprised. Today we are once again, unfortunately, talking about the degeneracy that at this point we have honestly just kind of come to expect from TikTok. It's really getting to a point of great concern. Now, over the years, we have talked about a lot of different people who've done a lot of stupid things in the name of trying to go viral on TikTok. It happens every day. As it has been true throughout the entire existence of social media, if you want a relatively guaranteed and easy way to go viral, just do something stupid that nobody else is willing to do. It's basically always worked. The problem with that, however, is that as the internet has gotten bigger, as more people have gained access to it, and more importantly, as the rewards for being viral on the internet have increased exponentially, a lot more people are willing to try this, which means a lot of stupid shit that was not being done a few years ago is now being done on the daily. For example, I'm sure many of you will remember that clip that went viral a few years ago of that person walking into a grocery store, grabbing some Bluebell ice cream, taking off the lid, licking the ice cream, and then putting the ice cream back in the freezer. That shit blew up and was everywhere for quite a while. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody on the internet hated the ice cream licker. And then once it happened the first time, everybody started copying it. All of the sudden, copycats were all over the place, and people were licking all kinds of different things in the grocery store trying to go viral. But with the way the internet works, once something has been done for the first time, the shock value's gone. People know you're just doing it because somebody else did it. It just doesn't really work the same, so you've got to up the ante. And that's sort of the problem we're facing these days, is that the ante is constantly being raised by little shits all over the planet. Like this one right here. A man named Charles Smith, who on TikTok is known as Wolfie Coletti, who decided, you know what, licking ice cream, it's just not gonna cut it for me. So I'm gonna spray a pesticide on produce in a Walmart as a 27-year-old man because, I don't know, I have literally nothing meaningful going on in my life. At least that's what I think he was thinking. I feel like it's a pretty good guess. So yeah, the clip you're watching in the background is this loser spraying bed bug and flea killer all over the produce section of a Walmart and also on a few rotisserie chickens. He just walks around like a fucking lunatic, not saying a single word, just covering every single thing he sees in bug spray, like how a child puts their mouth on everything they see. There seems to be no direction, no motivation, just walking around like an idiot spraying things because they caught his eye. Now, one of the few positives of TikTok existing in a situation like this is that because so many people are so insanely clout hungry these days, and they will do literally anything for TikTok followers, they are willing to film themselves do stupid shit like this and post it to an account that is linked to their legal name. Again, 27-year-old man thought this was a good idea. It really doesn't get much sadder than that. So after this video was posted, a warrant was put out for this guy's arrest. Surprisingly, he turned himself in, and he's facing 4 separate charges, one of them being a felony, which I truly and honestly hope that he is convicted of. Nothing sums up the state of the modern internet and social media in 2024 better than ruining your life by catching a felony charge for a 20-second long TikTok video that probably made you like $30. And really, if anybody was to be made an example of when it comes to shit like this, I feel like this guy is a pretty good candidate and he fully deserves it. If you go through his TikTok, it's all just shit like this. I mean, he's got multiple videos taking bungee cords and locking stores up from the outside. He has videos of him breaking into restaurants, hosing people down with fire extinguishers. He has videos of him walking into the back of fast food restaurants, dropping random shit into the fryers. He has a video where he literally takes a dead pigeon off the ground and throws it at a fast food worker. Multiple videos of him hurling shit at pedestrians, people walking through the mall, all kinds of just insane shit that is all illegal. So much shit that I really just do not understand how he's just now getting into trouble. I mean, this guy looks like he commits crimes for a job, but you can't call him like a career criminal in the typical fashion, because instead of like robbing places, he just walks around harassing people for dumbasses on the internet to watch, I guess. It just really begs the question of what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm not really one to buy into the whole, oh, society is falling, we've lost all of our morals. Like, I really don't think it's that serious. But I mean, every now and then I'm like, fuck, maybe those people have a point. Like, I'm not joking when I say that this guy's video where he takes a dead pigeon and throws it at what appears to be a McDonald's worker has basically no negative comments. Like, some of them are like, oh, this might be a little bit too far, but like, what do you mean this one might be a little bit too far? Like, that's all you have to say? That's the most negative comment we're gonna get on this? All the other shit he's done has just been fine up to this point? Like, it's really beginning to seem like a lot of people these days cannot grasp the concept of, hey, maybe you should treat the people around you decent because that's the decent thing to do. You don't have to love them, don't have to be their best friend, don't even really have to interact with them, but, you know, just don't throw a dead pigeon at them. Like, is that really that hard to live by? I don't think it is. Like, I just can't understand how this content pulls in the kind of numbers it does. Like, most of the videos that this guy has uploaded have millions of views. Like, the fact that this guy exists does not surprise me whatsoever. If one day there was not a single person on the planet left who was willing to throw a dead pigeon at a fast food worker, something has probably gone wrong. Crazy people, people who don't give a shit about anybody around them, people who think they own the world, those people are always going to exist. They always have, they always will. Like, that's not surprising, but millions of people finding this content and being like, you know what, that's pretty fucking funny. That is a little bit surprising, even today, and it is most definitely concerning. I mean, this guy has almost 15 million total likes on his TikTok videos. That makes a man a little uneasy, does it not? I mean, shit, on 15 million different occasions, somebody came across this content and was like, you know what? Hell yeah, this gets my seal of approval. And it's just a dude walking into a fast food restaurant, dropping a pumpkin into a fryer. It's like, what? I mean, do people not understand the implications of supporting this kind of behavior? Like, if for some reason you can't, just be selfish about it, okay? Think about the selfish reasons. Imagine you pull up to, like, I don't know, a fucking Wendy's, I don't know what the kids are eating these days, and you say, I would like one medium fry, and the guy's just like, sorry, actually, some guy just dropped a fucking gourd into the fryer. It's gonna be a while. Are you gonna be pissed off, or are you gonna sit there and be like, shit, okay, you know what, props to that guy, bet it made a sick TikTok? Because I know my answer. Imagine your grandma goes to the store to get some bananas to make some banana pudding or something. Uh-oh, bedbug killer all over the bananas, neighborhood's poisoned, grandma's going to prison. This stuff is not good for anybody. Like, seriously, at the end of the day, I can understand why one person wants to do this. It can make them money, I guess. It gives them some of the attention that they desperately crave because they've never received it, and it gets people talking about them, which for some people, as long as that's happening, they don't care what it's about. All of those things make sense. People have always done dumb shit for those reasons, but surrounding them and becoming their fan is kind of a new concept. Not entirely, okay? This is not like a brand new thing. This has always kind of happened in a sense, but supporting a guy on social media who poisons people, harasses people, and assaults people for content is a pretty modern idea. I feel like when stuff like this happens, people always want to ask, oh my god, what's wrong with the person who did that? They lack morals. They're a crazy person. They don't care about the well-being of anybody but themselves. That's like half of people. It shouldn't really be that big of a mystery as to why some people do this. The real question, I feel like, is why does the reason that people do this exist in the first place? The only reason people do this shit is for attention, and they know that they're gonna get it doing crazy stuff like this. The question is really, why are children these days seemingly being failed by their parents and growing up with what seems like a non-existent moral compass? Why has harassment content gotten so big over these last few years? What's the answer to that? I mean, it's taking over everything. It's all over TikTok. It's all over YouTube. Some of the biggest streamers in the world right now do nothing but harass people. What shifted? I feel like that is something we should genuinely be looking into. However, me personally, I don't have any of the skills or expertise to do that. So, you know, probably gonna have to leave that up to somebody else, but I do think it's important that somebody gets on that, okay? So, chop chop. Well, guys, what do you think? What do you think the popularity of this kind of content means? What do you think changed? What has shifted in our youth or our society or whatever that has made this kind of content where you harass a person, endanger their well-being, just being a general nuisance to society? What has made that so popular? I feel like the obvious answer is that the average child gets introduced to social media and the internet in general at such a young age these days that their childlike curiosity is going to lead them to watching content like this. And I don't know, is exposure to that kind of stuff constantly, with people always being on their phones these days, fucking up their development? Is it messing up their morals? I have no idea. I'm not qualified enough to answer that, but I do think something pretty bad is happening, and I feel like in the next few years we're really gonna start to see the effects of that even more than we are today. So, can't wait for that. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.